G'day guys, welcome back. Too many projects, not enough time. I'm Andrew, and here we are, back in the shop. If this is the first time you're visiting, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the projects that I'm building. And today we're working on Ivy, the Series 1 V8 Land Rover. And just in, we're gonna open up a package. Just arrived from across the pond in the UK. I believe this is the resolution to my heat vent. That's an awfully big box, you say. Well, it is. Crap. So, I tell you what, finally doing this solution, which I had considered a long time ago. It seemed to be really expensive and out of stock at the time, not able to find it. I'll be right back. Now, it seemed to be much more affordable now that I re-looked again. And, well, it would be if I lived in the UK. But by the time it ships here, it's really expensive. But it's here, and the band-aid's ripped off. So, let's take a look. Packed really well for a couple of little bloody vents, I tell you. Alright. I guess they had some recycling to get rid of. One of those videos where the suspense is gonna kill you. Just keeps coming. I feel like I've just ordered plastic bags. I'm not really sure how that's gonna help, but we're almost there. Almost. I promise. For a couple of little vents, this is an awfully big box. Holy crap. We got a pile of recycling and garbage all the way from the UK. And we're almost there. Well guys, here it is. Let's not drop them. If only they had these back in the 1950s or 60s or 70s even. They probably would have made bigger alternators back then, I'm sure. Some of you have probably guessed already, but I have ordered heated windscreens for the Series 1. There's still a high potential that I'm still going to come up with some sort of windscreen vent. But right now, this has solved my problem, and mentally, I'm able to move on from this and get on with the next step of the project. Because I really mentally got bogged down with, holy crap, I need to solve this problem before I can do anything else. And I'm just going to keep figuring this out until I do. Because not only just I'll stick a vent in there, cut a hole, whatever, it'll work. I want it to be aesthetically pleasing as well. So I still might look for and or make those little vents, the Series 1 vents, the ones that I've already given back that I borrowed to do a test fit. I may actually still source a couple of them or make a couple of them and put them in as an option as well. Just in case these do go out, then I've still got a small slither of some sort of heat movement, air movement to defrost the windshield when electronics kind of go to shit. Now, I've got to be careful here because I don't want to cut anything I'm not supposed to cut. And I'll keep that box of, oh shit, all that padding, because I'm going to put it back in there, and these are not going in until final assembly. So we're show and tell here today, but you won't really see them again for a long time. But I have them. And in fact, rather than take them all the way out of the bag, I'm just going to turn them around and show them to you. So there's two here, one for each side. And basically, I'm not sure how many of you have seen heated windshields for a 1957 Series 1 Land Rover, but they also have this company in the UK, they also have them for Series 2, Series 3, Defenders, and a bunch of other cars as well. So they've got basically the Land Rovers covered, which is great. And essentially you just, well, they even have, well, that'll be interesting. I'll have to make sure that they're going to pass the inspection here in Canada as well, with the markings that are on the windscreens. If they're not, then that'll be, they may be installed after road weather inspection. But I can tell they are definitely laminated glass, so obviously clearly made for road safe applications. And essentially you plug them in with these little dudes here, one for each windscreen, and there's tiny little elements going through these that heat up the windshield. Now, I had these back in my two Range Rover Classics that I've had while living here in Canada many years ago, which one of them is supplying all the drivetrain for Ivy, and they were great. So here we go. This will really make sure the windscreens get defrosted, and as I say, I'll probably do like an original Series 1 style heat event anyway, just as a backup and assistance. So come over, and I'm just going to hold these up in place to make sure the size wise they will fit, and then I'm going to pack them back in the box and put them somewhere really safe, because I don't want to buy these again. These were, by the time they landed with shipping cost more than the glass. Really expensive. And soon, if you want TMP Nat stickers, we're going to have them available in what's going to be our merch store as well, which is koalafarts.com, which is one of my companies, Koala Farts, which is eucalyptus based products. And at the end of this, we will, or I will, reveal who won a Koala Farts little package from commenting below on the vents in the last video. So remember, comment below with what I ask you to comment with, and we will definitely send you out a package. Now, I'm not going to do these every video, but every couple of videos we'll do that. So you got to keep coming back and watching, subscribe, and hit the bell notification, so you see the videos come up, and then watch them all the way through for the point where I say comment on this below. And if you do, there's a chance you're going to win a Koala Farts package and a sticker when we have them in, probably very early in the new year. And it's that easy because not many people comment. So the more you comment, take a moment, then the higher your chances of getting one of those packages. And all right, so let's. I'll move the camera and we'll go over and we'll just hold it up to make sure that the dimensions are basically going to work, which I'm sure they will, based on the description. Let's go and see. Alright. Dimensionally, looks pretty good. I would say that is pretty freaking damn good and close. Alright, I'm going to put these back in the box and then we'll get back on to what we're actually going to get done here today. And don't go away. I'll be right back. Alright, glass is safely squirreled away for safekeeping until we do final assembly. But what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you what I've already done and how I did it. Because we're going to do the other side of the truck yet. Truck, car, what is a Land Rover? Depends on where you live, North America, UK, Australia. I'm just used to saying truck these days because I live in Canada now. But anyway, let's take a look. Tell me what you think. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Let's say this project is not for the rivet counters at all. It's pretty much almost except for the gearbox, it's all Land Rover, just from every different generation and model pretty much, except for the newer stuff. Pretty much up to 2002, which is the engine, the 4.6. So anyway, the ABS plastic material I used on that end cap there that I just showed you. I got a 2x3, I don't know, 1 by 2 foot, I guess, roughly the dimension of it. Anyway, lots of it to experiment and get wrong. But that one I got right the first time. And this is another little chunk. This is what I'm going to use to cut out the other side. And I'm going to show you the process I did to make that cute little guy. It's actually really good and really nice to work with this stuff. You just need to be a little careful with it, a little gentle, and not scratch the crap out of it if you want that nice finish on the end. Now right now this one here is just double-sided taped on there to look pretty, but I do have that metal panel behind it, which in final assembly I will drill holes in it and then screw it on with either 2 or 3 screws to hold it in place for final assembly. But I'll do all that when I do final assembly. But for now, it's just a little piece of double-sided tape just to hold it in place to look pretty. Alright, let's jump on the other side and show you how I made that little panel. And I'm going to make at least one more, if not a couple of others, and I'll show you when I get over there. Let's go! Alright, here we are on the right hand side, the driver's side, because this is a right hand vehicle I'm going to have here in North America, because the chassis came that way, but I'm Australian and one day I hope to take this truck to Australia and do a bit of a tour in Australia. I know being an 88 is not the best touring sized vehicle, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so we've got this little dash pod here. Now, it's a little confusing here, but this side piece actually lines up with the edge of there. And so as we have the template from the other side, it will actually go just like that. Just like the other side. Actually, this isn't quite the... That's close. This is our basic template that we got the idea from, just without that extra notch there. So that will mount on this side. How do we do this so you can see it properly? Just like that, out of this black ABS. Now this is going to be a different profile to the other side, because this is a slightly different shape. And as well as cutting the ABS out, we also have to weld on a plate on the bottom here, so that this piece, which is broken, but I will glue it back together, can be mounted to on the bottom and seal it up, because there is a hole in here for the air to blow into this chamber and then out through the vent. So we need to seal it up with I'll weld on a metal mounting plate across the bottom, and I'll probably trim this off here so we don't need it, and put a metal plate in the end here, and then similarly on the inside here as well. I think I'm going to do the same in here and the same over there. Can you see that one? Whoop. Same over here where the clock mounts. Now it's the same plastic dash mounting material. There, there, and there will cap everything off. Anyway, enough rambling along. I'm going to put this on the end here, roughly basically where it's going to go, which is basically there. And then pretty much I'll make this a little big so that when I weld on these patches, I weld on these patches and get all that mountable, and then I will do final trim on the ABS to finish them off. Alright, let me weld these bits in, and then we'll get to the plastic bit. Okay, so while you guys just stepped away and grabbed a beer or a bevy there, I've made up some fancy little mounting brackets. So let's get them welded together, and then we'll move on over and weld them to the firewall. We'll just pre-assemble them here to make it easier over there, and then you'll see exactly how these work. Alright, so we need a backstop with a little extra weight, and I do believe that will mount there. Ooh, it's a pretty good little weld. Not a bad tack if I do say so myself. Oh. Alright. Pretty freaking nice. Alright, let's go over and mount it. Give you a little sneak peek on the firewall like that. That, I believe, mounts like that. So that will look like, drum roll, that side's perfect, that side's pretty close, but it'll be covered up anyway. It needs to come in. Alright, so creating that box-like structure, that one's good. This one I thought was closer, but it will do because there's a cover going on there. It's just structural, not finishing. And that seals up down here. Alright. Okay, so bracket all welded in. And on this side I also, you can almost kind of, whoop. Okay, on this side you can almost see, maybe not. Anyway, down on the back there I welded a bracket on the bottom to hold that secure. It's not actually screwed in right now, but the bracket is there ready to go. And now let me show you how I do the HDMP? HD? Yeah. HDMP black. It's not ABS, my apologies. I looked up my order when I ordered it last night. HDMP. So, how do we work this stuff? Well, let's go make a template. I'll show you how we cut it out and finish it to make it look pretty. Alright, so we got you zoomed in on the bench there. So, yeah, basically, got this green template that I use to do the other side. That gets me close enough, so, and trace out the shape. And we just want to get this top bit first. Alright, and then to cut this, I usually just use my little bandsaw, and that'll get us pretty much to where we want it. Bandsaw and sander. So we'll go over and use the bandsaw. And then using the sander here, I'm pretty much just going to massage this to make the black line disappear, because the black felt was fatter than the actual object. This is basically where we want it. And we'll just evenly trace that around there. That basically gives us a general gist. And then I think we want to sand that off now to make all that black disappear. And then let's go do that. You know, I don't think I've scored that first time around. I think that is perfect. So now we'll go, oops, we'll go transfer this, but not with it. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll flush that edge, there we go, and we'll use the permanent marker because it will just clean off really easy, and we're going to sand the edge away anyway. Because we don't want anything where the black marker is. So we'll remove everything. Including the black markers on the bandsaw and the sander. Got all the right bumps in all the right places. I think we nailed it first time around. Alright, next step on making this look pretty. I think that's freaking spot on, guys. It covers that little bit there. A little bit of an extra overhang. That's flush with there. A little extra overhang there. Covers all the holes. Matches the overhang of the other side. Alright, next step. We're going to radius the corners. Alright, so working with HDPE, that's what it is. My brain fart earlier. HDME or whatever, sorry. And it's not even ABS. HDPE. It's just like woodworking, really. So we have it fairly smooth. There's no real major bumps or ridges or anything like that. And now we're just going to round the edges to get a nice softer look. And for that we're using a 1/8 router round off bit. And we'll just run it round and round the edges off. Pretty sexy looking, hey? Alright, there's one last step, and this one might surprise you, but one last step to make this edge look even better. That's right, last step is fire. So we get a little flame up and going. Let's see if we can do it here, and you can see it. And basically, you heat it up until it just starts to melt. And kind of self-levels itself. Don't go a little too far. A little preheat, work your way up the line. You just want to get it to the right temperature where it just starts to melt and kind of gets glossy and a little shiny. Alright, there we have it. Now that will dull up a little once it cools off. I'd say it dries, but just when it cools off. See, here we go. The bottom's cooling off already, and it goes back a little dull to a kind of more of a matte finish, but it really smooths it out. You don't want to be touching any of this while it's still glossy and hot, because it will burn your fingers. The big reveal. A little wobbly there. Alrighty, what do you think, guys? We'll match the other side. Alright guys, so what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Start off, winner of the Koala Farts pack is Richard Cox 9981. Get a hold of me, emails below, and we'll get a Koala Farts pack out to you. And there we go, basically finished and ready to go. I think it looks really good. Really a nice blend, I think, of Range Rover Classic and Series 1. So, thanks for coming along. Remember to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, if you don't know how hard it is, you'll get it done. Peace, piss. Alright guys.